Have you ever noticed your workspace cluttered with responsibilities that don't belong to you, leaving your own tasks neglected? Sounds familiar? If your answer is yes, you're definitely not alone. According to a recent LinkedIn Workforce Confidence survey, almost 50% of professionals regularly feel overwhelmed by additional tasks and unofficial duties. Many of us are eager to help. Whenever a colleague needs last-minute assistance, the team faces an emergency, or a new employee needs guidance, and before we know it, oops, we're the office go-to person for everything. Despite good intentions, overgiving can lead to exhaustion, neglect of your own work, and frustration about the lack of recognition. It's a paradox. You thrive on kindness but risk burning yourself out. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that people who give too much without defined limits tend to experience emotional exhaustion and disengagement over time. If you've experienced it, finishing your third urgent task of the day while watching your own deadline silently slip to tomorrow, this overview of hopeless helpers might shed some light. Let's meet the four most common types of workplace overgivers. First, we have the office martyr. Their motto? Everything crumbles when I'm not around. Sam works overtime to fix everyone else's mistakes, rarely takes credit, and feels more secure being the silent support. Have you ever worked late several nights consecutively, only to find that no one even acknowledged the additional time? That martyr behavior actually trains people to see you as a fixture, always available and rarely appreciated. Next up, the people pleaser. I simply can't refuse. Nina is loved for her accommodating nature. Boss needs a deck updated by 5 p.m. She'll do it. Colleague forgot to order lunch for a team meeting. She handles it, again. But Nina's own tasks hang over her daily, often neglected until she's exhausted. That constant agreeableness ultimately creates a subtle resentment when she can't keep up with her actual responsibilities. Ah, the irony. Third is the rescuer, also known as the office firefighter. Hold tight, I can handle it. Alex is the crisis manager, thriving on the adrenaline rush of fixing emergencies. However, there's a hidden cost. Team members might stop taking responsibility for their mistakes, and Alex's own objectives get sidetracked through constant crisis management. Oh, but who will save the rescuer? And finally, the unselfish guide. Your achievements reflect my achievements. Priya spends hours mentoring others, helping new employees navigate office politics, crafting presentations, or suggesting career moves. She rarely highlights her own accomplishments, hindering her advancement. Over time, her mentees progress rapidly, leaving Priya feeling overlooked despite her guidance fostering numerous successes. Are you spending more energy advancing others' careers than your own growth? If you identify with Sam, Nina, Alex, or Priya, there are several reasons you might keep saying yes. Let's examine the 5 key drivers of overgiving. First, there's the fear of disappointing others. That sinking feeling when someone needs help and you're thinking of saying no, ugh, it's awful, right? It can feel like you're letting the whole team down. Then there's the desire for approval. Receiving compliments for being seen as essential provides a sense of comfort and job security. Aha! That validation feels good, especially in uncertain times. Let's not forget unspoken workplace norms, where constant availability is rewarded, making boundary setting feel risky. When the culture celebrates those who say yes to everything, saying no feels like career suicide. For rescuers, there's the thrill of crisis management. Being the hero during an emergency can feel exhilarating despite resulting in ongoing stress. It's like being addicted to your own workplace adrenaline. And finally, let's acknowledge many overgivers are simply habitually generous people. Some truly find joy in helping others, until they realize their own responsibilities have been neglected for too long. Consider this important question. Does your helping pattern stem from true selflessness, or is it tied to a need for endless approval or perceived job security? It's a tough one to answer, honestly. When excessive assistance leads to negative consequences, the costs can be substantial. Let's examine what's really at stake when you can't stop helping. First up, personal burnout. A continuously expanding to-do list combined with insufficient time for personal rest creates a scenario for ongoing exhaustion. A 2018 study found that workers who push themselves too hard experience decreased motivation and increased emotional fatigue. Next, limited career advancement. Research from Harvard Business Review reveals that those who consistently take on additional work at the expense of their primary duties are 26% more likely to receive poorer performance evaluations. Wait, what? This suggests that your manager might overlook your exceptional potential if you're preoccupied with others' tasks. Oops! Your primary responsibilities are what you're actually evaluated on, not your helpfulness. When individuals believe you will always agree, they cease to ask respectfully. You become the default problem solver, and any subsequent refusal may lead to confusion or irritation since you've conditioned everyone to rely on you. You may believe you're okay with endless duties until you notice someone else rewarded for minimal effort, sparking resentment. That growing frustration can poison your workplace relationships and job satisfaction. And finally, team reliance. If a single individual consistently tackles the emergencies, others miss out on essential skills. And if the rescuer is unavailable or departs, the whole team becomes frantic. You're actually hurting the team's resilience. Let's look at a real example. Meet Maria from Salesforce, a project manager renowned for her willingness to assist. She handled tasks for coworkers, participated in weekend meetings, and willingly accepted additional reports. Gradually, she perceived herself more as a tool rather than a true leader, as her important projects remained at the bottom of the list. The turning point? Leadership observed a trend. Top performers were experiencing burnout as essential objectives stagnated. As a reaction, Salesforce launched Admin Time Fridays, a period during which no meetings could occur. Maria additionally collaborated with an in-house coach and uncovered her profound fear of disappointing others. Aha! With this awareness, she refined diplomatic methods to refuse requests. After she began prioritizing her own key timelines, her manager finally recognized her ability to oversee larger projects. In just a few months, she was leading a project that aligned with her professional aspirations. This shift demonstrated how establishing boundaries can turn a people-pleaser into a valued contributor. Oh, but here's the unexpected twist. Setting limits actually accelerated her career rather than harming it. Transitioning from hopeless to helpful without sacrificing your generosity requires specific strategies. If you see your own behaviors reflected in these archetypes, here are 7 approaches that can assist you. Strategy number 1, prioritize your primary objectives first. Consider your primary responsibilities as large rocks in a jar. If you put them in first, there will still be room for smaller things afterward. Here's a suggestion. List your top 3 tasks on Monday morning and allocate specific times to focus on them. Treat that time as if it were a crucial appointment, because it is. Strategy number 2, cultivate an affirmative no. You don't need to shut the door on someone harshly. Rather, express true empathy while saying no. For instance, I'd like to assist, but my agenda is full today. Or, I can offer help tomorrow, but not this afternoon. Honors both your needs and the other person's requests. Give this a shot. Rehearse a brief, polite refusal with a friend or colleague you can rely on. Listening to yourself say, I need to concentrate on my own responsibilities at the moment, can ease the discomfort of that initial genuine no. Strategy number 3, promote reciprocal assistance. If you often help a coworker, it's reasonable to request their assistance in return. Cooperation must be reciprocal. Give this a try. The next time you feel overwhelmed, reach out to a colleague you've assisted previously and say, I've frequently supported you with urgent assignments. Could you assist me in finishing this report before the deadline? Strategy number 4, share details about your accomplishments. If no one ever learns of your achievements, it's difficult for them to understand the extent of your contributions. Give this a go. During your next individual meeting, emphasize at least one achievement. For instance, I optimized the design of the client presentation, which spared the team a day's worth of revisions. Strategy number 5, transition from saving to enabling. At times, the most effective way to assist is by showing others how to manage their own responsibilities. Give this a shot. The next time someone rushes in frantically over a software issue, respond with, I'll guide you through it once. Then you can guide the solution and observe as they build confidence and depend on you less. Strategy number 6, safeguard your downtime. If you notice that you're giving up your lunch break regularly or reading emails late into the evening, set aside specific periods to relax. A brief 20-minute break to rejuvenate your mind greatly enhances long-term concentration and vitality. It's not indulgent, it's strategic. Give this a shot. Set aside a lunch hour on your calendar 3 times a week, protect that time, and take a moment to step outside for a brief walk or conversation with a colleague from another department. Strategy number 7, choose mutually beneficial options. You can still be generous while also pursuing your own skill development and goals. Consider this. Before you request something new, ask yourself, does this correspond with a skill I wish to enhance, or might it bring me nearer to my career aspirations? If yes, it's worth your time. If not, perhaps someone else should take this on. Bringing it all together, balance matters. The wish to assist is a strength, but it becomes detrimental when it harms your mental, emotional, and professional well-being. In a work setting that frequently honors grand acts while subtly neglecting the needs of those who assist, establishing a healthy boundary is essential. Taking small steps, such as saying "not right now" or reserving key task time, can prevent you from falling into the hopeless helper trap. By reserving time for your main projects, you won't only safeguard your energy, you'll enhance the level of assistance you provide. In reality, you may find that coworkers hold you in higher regard when you combine kindness with self-assertiveness. No one genuinely desires an exhausted teammate who lacks the energy to contribute new ideas or creativity. Acknowledging your own value and concentrating on important boundaries will assist you in remaining energized and beneficial to both yourself and your team. Take a small step this week. Perhaps it's setting aside some time for a personal project or graciously declining an extra task. And notice how it feels. Initially, it might seem somewhat odd, yet also liberating. By honoring and safeguarding your own needs, you foster a more genuine form of support for those around you. Ultimately, you can't give from an empty vessel. By conserving your energy, you'll be better equipped and significantly more influential when you choose to say yes. Thanks for watching. Remember, the ideal kind of assistant is the one who's capable of taking care of themselves first. Your colleagues, your supervisor, and your future self will appreciate your efforts.